Welcome to the Illuminated Path, where I give you a Thursday to Thursday reading. Today I woke up, there's crows cawing, I have that Mary Poppins song in my head again, winds in the east. But then you come outside and I was so energized. For whatever reason I couldn't sleep. I was up half the nights just with this energy to create, waking me up over and over. And so I'm up before the sun's even really out. And even though there's something very auspicious and suspicious brewing around with the dim light and the crows cawing, there's daffodils blooming and this creative energy. And so it feels like, true to the spring equinox, we're in that space of complete balance between our shadows and our magic and our intuition and what's just beneath the surface and the brightness of the sun and our creative energy. So let's go ahead and see what Spirit has for you today. There's the first one, there's the second one. That one feels like it wants to come out, but it didn't quite fly, so I'll put that on the side. There we go. Oh nope, Spirit says one more. Okay. That came out so easy today. Okay, so the first one that came out is the Vanishing Mirror. When we get this one, this is where we are allowing our ego self to go away, to dissipate. Because what we want with this particular card is to kind of sit back into our subconscious, sit back into our intuitive abilities and realize, hey, everything's gonna be okay. Ultimately, we're safe, everything's fine, and the only thing that's causing me anxiety right now is my own fear. That's what this card is telling you. Relax, you're safe. Everything, at least right now in this very moment, is fine for you. And let's really embrace that, because we need that as a springboard into the next card that came up, which is the Fool's Embrace. With this card, this is where you get a chance to process your grief, process any loss or past trauma or any of those negative, heavy emotions that you're still holding on to. And really, that's a perfect order, because it's hard for us to get to a space where we feel safe enough to process our grief and our trauma and let it move through until we can tell ourselves that we're safe enough to do it. So this is about our minds and letting ourselves feel safe moving through these things. The next one is the Sky Dancer card, or the Surrender card. This is asking you to be open, to take that shell off that you've been surrounding yourself with, that's been keeping you safe, but it's not been keeping you safe from the inside out, it's been keeping you safe from the outside in, meaning that you haven't been able to fully receive, you haven't been able to fully connect, you've just been keeping yourself separate from everyone else on that deep soul level. And so we're learning how to tell ourselves we're safe so that we can process our grief and trauma, so that we can open ourselves and be vulnerable and receive. Now, this is where that little card that wanted to come out but didn't quite fling itself came. And that is the Jeweled Web, connectivity. This one I feel is in direct tandem with this one, because this to me represents the heart space. And the heart space, when it's fully open and in alignment, is the space where you connect. You connect with nature, you connect with spirit, you connect with animals. This is where we read energy, where we feel at one with source energy. And so we have to get into our receptive state to be able to feel that. And then the last card that came out, so your end of this story, if you will, is the Netcaster card. And this tells us that everything you've been preparing for is now ready. Everything that you've been asking for, everything you've been praying for, everything that you went through to become the person that you are today is now ready. It's in full bloom. It's when your preparations come to fruition, the Netcaster says, hey, throw out your nets. The fish are there, the jewels are there, the gifts are there, the blessings are there. All you have to do is throw out your net. This is an action card. You have to do something. The gifts are already there. They're already in full bloom. And now you have to take an action to meet those gifts halfway and bring them into yourself. So this is all in all a beautiful reading for 1 week. So I hope you have a wonderful one. And I'm ready to see what this weather does because it's looking insane.